Hi everyone, welcome to this week's STI Analysis. Since we are at the end of March, we should be taking a look at the monthly chart to get a broader sense of how STI is moving in a broader picture. So this is the monthly chart of STI. What we are seeing here is that we see STI is moving into in a trading range here that was starting from the May 2010 all the way to current. Initially what STI has done was creating this initial trading range here, and then we broke it and then we formed another secondary trading range at the top, and in this trading range we see a more sideways movement in consolidation. However, this August last year we broke the trading range all the way to the low, and then we see price just trading below the trading range and also within this initial trading range here. The problem with this is that we do not see any downside movement or downside follow through from this big selling, and we are seeing bars are closing above the low of this bar here, which is the low of the initial trading range. So then we see beginning of this year, we bounce off from the low, and we're taking advantage of the no supply on the December last year, and then we are seeing STI rally into the top trading range here. So in this kind of behavior, when we broke down of a trading range and then we have not seen any downside follow through, then we see price comes back into the trading range again. Usually it signifies strength. Basically this is not a distribution or anything that it might happen. It's probably just that we are probably taking some selling pressure that is coming from this up move here. People are probably taking profit and all those stuff. But however, based on technical, we are seeing strength that's coming into the market and pushing STI back into the top trading range here. So that is a sign of strength. And basically on the last 2 months, what we are seeing here is that it's a narrow range bars, and we're closing slightly higher this month, and they're also making slightly higher high and higher low this month. The thing to note is that because we are seeing price hesitate along this area, probably due to this high on this April 2010 high here. If we draw a horizontal line, as you can see, it offers a resistance here, and then it broke out, and we came back for to test that level for support, and we dipped down the support again, and as we hit support here and probably a support here also, and then it broke the level down, and then now we are coming up again to test that level, and we met resistance in the last month and this month. So this is probably a very critical level. However, if you look at the close, what we are seeing is that there's a persistent buying that's going into the two bars here, where we see closing on the high, slightly off the high, and this is considered to me as on the high. And volume is not low, it's relatively high, or on the average side. If you compare this month's volume, is really on the slightly above average of the volume here. So the basic structure here, and also the behavior of price and volume, tells us that the follow through from this buying on the January this year is now holding at this level. It probably may offer some hint of absorption at this level here, because we are seeing supply. This is a supply zone that is coming probably upon STI if STI is going to move into this zone here. So the whole picture of it is that on the structure wise, in this trading range, we see strength that's coming into the market, and on these two bars here, we are seeing negotiation, possible absorption happening in these two bars here. So let's go down to the weekly chart to just confirm whether we are seeing that. So this is the big down move here, and then we have the consolidation, and then we have made a move up in the January this year, at the beginning of this year, and then now we are seeing price hesitation at the level. And from the price bar behavior, if you consider the closers, they are closing in a better position, except for probably this bar is probably very near to the low, but it is a inside bar of this rally bar here, or a up bar here. It will still make an inside bar. We are not closing very deep into this range. And then the next bar, we have a response to the upside, and we took out almost more than half of this down move here, and we are closing on the high. So the overall picture of this price behavior, it really looks more like a absorption, and it is dealing with all the supply that is coming in at this level here, which is a potential big supply, because we see this big down bar, and then we have a gap down, and we see another big down bar coming in here. So the supply zone at this level is critical, so it might need more time or more preparation to absorb whatever excess supply that is available at the top here. And one more thing to note is that we are also building a very reasonable base, where we see a 7 weeks of base building here. So it might give us a very good cause to produce a more reasonable effect for STI to go above the 3100, or even coming to the 3200 for a test at this level here. So this is probably a very good base that is building for that effect to come. We are not seeing very high volume of selling coming in at this range here. We are just seeing probably a decrease in volume, so it is more likely like the demand is probably starts to get tired out, but there is no sign of selling coming in here. So the whole picture here actually favors for STI probably to move up if the negotiation or the absorption is successful. We certainly do not hope to see this coming week to have a high volume down bar that's coming down towards the 2950. We may probably go down to the daily chart. Later we'll go down to the daily chart to see what's the exact level, but we do not hope to see STI come way below the halfway of this up move from this low to this high here, this halfway here. Certainly do not see that, want to see that to come with a high volume, because if that is going to happen, then STI has a higher chance for it to come back down to the 2900 to look for support. If that really happens, we must watch the behavior of price, because it might likely that we are just trying to shake out all the weak holders along this level here, or we might be seeing further liquidation of STI, because this up move here represents a very strong up move, a very bullish behavior here. I would not expect a sudden change of behavior to the downside, or bearish behavior to come in immediately, because of this very strong up move here. So anything that is negative will probably have to take a while to come, or to build a base to distribute whatever that is coming in this up move here. So that is more on the negative side. But having to say that, I would still think that STI is still showing a very bullish behavior here, and we are seeing absorption going on at this level. So the next move to expect on next week is that I would expect STI probably to come back to the high of this bar here, which is the 30-35 level, to break out of this level, and probably coming to the 3100 level for a test, and hopefully to see it probably either end of the week or probably the following week, to see STI challenge the 3200 level, which is a very critical level, and also I think it is a very challenging level for STI. So that is on the weekly chart. If we go down to the daily chart, and we can see that kind of behavior, the absorption behavior, what we are seeing here is that if you examine the volume that is coming in on the price movement here, we are seeing the black volume bars are more higher than the red volume bars. So that does tell us that there are more volume on the up bars than the volume on the down bars, although we see some volume coming in here because of this big down move, but we do not see follow through. So that tell us that there are some buying going on at this level, and that propels STI towards the high and create another higher high at 30.35. And but on this down move here, we are not seeing this down move very easy, like this kind of down move here and here. So there is a lack of ease of movement to the downside, and the volume is not very high. So we know that supply is coming into the market, yes, but it's not very aggressive, and there is not much selling going on at this level. Instead, we see big buying coming in, and we do not see any follow through. It's not negative. We don't see any follow through to the downside. Instead, we see immediate reaction to the upside on some higher volume at this bar here. So overall picture of this movement, we are quite probably quite have a high probability of seeing STI moving towards the high of the 30.35, and then it breaks it in the next few bars, I think, probably to challenge the higher level of the 3100. Based on what we see here is that now range is contracting, and as you can see, there's an apex forming here. Next week we'll probably be seeing more aggressive move or more high volatility move coming next week, and I would think the likely chance of it happening will be to the upside. So do watch out for that. However, we will still have to be very careful. If we do see some negative move coming to the market, 29.75 is the level that we want to pay attention to, because if once 29.75 level is being broken down, and we see an increase in volume and STI trade below this number, that's a very highly likely chance for STI to come back to the 2900 or 2906 level here, which is the low of this bar here, this range here, for a test. And we certainly do hope that the volume coming in on this down move here is less than the up move coming in here, so that we still think that STI will probably be going into a trading range again, just to prepare a little bit more longer for the challenge to the upside. So that is the downside that we want to look out for. So just be prepared. We want to see some up move coming in, and the volume coming in on the up move to break out of this high here should be higher, probably be high of this kind of volume, or this kind of volume coming in to push STI up above that. Else, if we see a down move with a high volume, then we will want to be very careful if that is to see whether that is a liquidation or maybe a possible shakeout. I do not know that, so we will want to see that and examine. If we see that, we must examine carefully. But I will update if I see something interesting on my blog, which is rollertaker.wordpress.com, and I will update once on the daily. We see some interesting development in the STI. So that's my take for STI for this week, and I hope you trade well. Be careful out there, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks.